package today from Buyee. I did just get my last Buyee order at the beginning of February, and now mid-March I already have another one, but there were a few items that were released kind of toward the tail end of the time limit for my previous Buyee order, so that's why I made another one so quickly right after. I'm going to go ahead and get this cut open and get everything unwrapped. I'm really excited because there is some manga in here, but there are a lot of little extras and official prints, so I'm just really excited about it. So as usual, Buyee always does a really fantastic job packing everything nice and tightly. I didn't pay for any additional protective packaging, so this is just what they typically include. So as you can see, I got quite a few things. So let me get all of these out of the box and I'll start getting them open. Okay, now I'm gonna get these open. There are so many envelopes. I'm so excited. Okay. So I'll start with these two big ones. Okay, so I just got everything unwrapped and I realized I only got stuff for 4 different series, but a lot of little treats that I'm really excited about. As I was unwrapping some of the prints, I had forgotten that I ordered them, so it was a little surprise and I'm really excited. So since I have this in front of me, I'll start with the Love of Kill stuff that I got. So in my last Buyee haul, I had gotten 5 of the Comic Gene issues that had Love of Kill featured on the cover. And so I got this one as well, the August 2021 issue of Comic Gene. I love this illustration. This illustration is in the art book, but since I started on the magazines, I'm just gonna try to collect them all. Now with this one, I'm only missing 2 issues. I believe one is from 2020 and one is from 2018, so I'm just going to be keeping an eye out for those ones. But really excited to have this one. Yes. And not really sure. I haven't really flipped through my other magazines because I really don't want to see any spoilers in the newer ones. And then I don't really know, like in Japan in August 2021, what chapter it was in, like for which volume, because I've read through volume 10. So there are 3 more volumes and it's completed in Japan, so I don't want to accidentally see a spoiler. But this is pretty cool. I do intend to go through and look more closely. I do think it's really cool that the magazines just like kind of, I don't know. I don't want to accidentally say something, but it's pretty cool seeing the magazines, like how they consume manga in Japan. Compared to over here in America, we just wait for the volumes. But it looks like for this issue, there was a drama CD, and it's ripped out of here, but then the seller included it for another series, so got that as well. I also ordered this print of Ringhan Chateau. This was the print that was released with the volume 13 release in Japan. I don't know if it's every volume 13 came with this print or if it was just at certain retailers, but in my last Buyee Haul, I did buy a little bundle of all of the previous prints for the other volume releases. So this was the only one I was missing for the final volume, and I love it. Chateau in a suit. And Ringha looks so nice. So happy to have this one as well. And then I got something that is a first for me. I've been actively trying to avoid collecting acrylic standees, so I don't have anything like that in my collection. But I just got my first acrylic plate for Love of Kill. So this is the art for the anime. I believe this is the cover of the DVD or the Blu-ray. I did get the box set, so I have those special covers. But I wanted to have this art as well because I do like the anime as well as the manga series. And I would have been fine to just get a print of this, but unfortunately, the only like paper prints I could find with this art were like big posters. But then I saw this for sale and it was comparable price to some of the larger posters, so I thought I'll just get this. But it comes with the little leg. So if I remember correctly, from watching other people do this, the leg goes in the back because then it acts like a stand. So I'm excited to add these to my Love of Kill shelf. Okay, I'll just put it like that for now. Okay, so the next series that I got something for is Yakuza Fiance Raisei wa Tanagai. So for that series, I do have the first 2 volumes in English, as well as the special booklet that came with the Japanese Volume 2 Special Edition. as well as the Kinokuniya Shikushi board. But I also got these two little, I don't know, like acrylic or, oops, they're backwards. Little see-through. I should use something else. Of Kirishima and of Shoma. So I do really like this series, and I was looking through considering some different Shikushi boards that I found, and I was trying to decide on some extra merch I could get for this series because I do really like this series. But then I came across these little clear cards and really wanted to get these because I love this panel in the manga. I love that it features their tattoos and this scene when they're kind of going against each other and Yoshina just is a boss girl and has to deal with these two guys. But I'm excited to have these and put them up on the shelf with my Raisei wa Tanagai stuff. Okay, I have one item for this next series. Her Blue Sky. I got the TV anime guidebook. So this does have an animated movie, as well as, I believe, a 3 or 4 volume manga series. And I was really, really close to ordering the Blu-ray box set for this until I found out about this TV anime guidebook. Because I wanted to have something from this series in my collection. I absolutely love this anime. It's in my top 10, and I only recently watched it. I actually have had it on my TBR for a long time, but I just kept putting it off and putting it off. But I finally watched it a few months ago, and since then I've watched it like several times. But I absolutely love it. And I wanted to have basically, yeah, some art that is just like this. Looks like there might be some interviews with the voice actors, some character profiles, and then some character map. Some panels from the series. Yes, this is exactly what I was wanting. And staff interviews. Okay. So there is some art toward the end of the movie that I really wanted to have just because it was really special. So I'm going to have to go through this book carefully and see if they were included or not, because they're included with the Blu-ray. But I also don't want to like put an image up or anything because it's a big spoiler for the end of the movie. But yeah, so I'm really excited to have this. Her Blue Sky, highly recommend this movie. It's like an hour, 40 minutes, I believe. But by now I've watched it several times, and I'm still just, every time I watch it, it makes me tear up. It's about kind of the relationship of two sisters and then some other childhood friends. So definitely recommend this one. And I'm really happy I was able to find this because once I found out about it, I couldn't find many images of inside the book. And there were not a lot of listings for the guidebook. So I've actually been keeping an eye out for this for a few months. Okay, and then the last series, I have quite a few things for this last series. So I'll start with this. So this series is Kono Oto Tomare, and I'm so happy to have this. So this is the March 2023 issue of Jump Square. And it featured Kono Oto Tomare on the cover. So we have our cast here. I love that the girls are wearing suits. And because this is one of the latest issues, I don't want to flip through. I'm caught up on the series, but I don't want to spoil anyone else. So maybe I'll just flip through it later on my own. But I'm excited to have this cover illustration. But the main reason that I got this was not for this cover or to have this issue, but because it came with this art booklet. It's a little skinny one, but I'm so happy that they released this. This series has really gorgeous illustrations. So now some of them are collected into a little art book. So it is one that's folded and stapled. It's not like bound. But this cover is so precious. And I've been seeing I'm like a month behind or like a month and a half behind everyone else getting their copies, but it's because I had other things I was waiting on before I could ship this, but Kono Oto Tomare is my second favorite manga series after Wotakoi. I absolutely love it. It has an anime. It has a beautiful soundtrack. It's all about these kids that are part of a high school koto club. Oh, these are so gorgeous. So this series doesn't have an English license yet for the manga. I'm really hoping we'll get one soon so that I can have English physicals. I have been collecting the Japanese volumes, which have included some color illustrations like these ones. This is probably my favorite color illustration. Just this scene is really touching of Chika and Tetsuki. They're also my favorite characters in the series and some of my overall favorite characters. My top favorite manga anime character is Ringha, and then my next two favorite overall characters are Tetsuki and Chika. This is the volume 26 cover. Oh, and that's my favorite cover. Look how happy they look. So I definitely recommend checking out this series. Definitely check out the anime so that you can listen and hear what the koto sounds like. Before I had watched the anime, I had never heard of this instrument. It's beautiful. Love these. Oh, Takinami Sensei, and look at them, they're too cute. But so yeah, I've been eagerly awaiting to get this art book, and now I have it. So you might have seen I pulled out a second one in another envelope, and I got a duplicate one to send to a friend, so that's why you saw two of them when I was opening them up. But in addition to this magazine issue and art book, I also got the latest volume of Kono Oto Tomare, volume 28. I have Osuke on the cover here. I didn't know that this was the inner illustration, but this is Takinami Sensei, and I like him a lot. That's very cool. Yeah, their 10th anniversary. The 10th anniversary for this series. It's been going for so long. So then I also got 2 print sets that were also part of the celebration of the 10th anniversary. But before I share those ones, I did also order this single print of Chika. I just thought it was so cute. I just randomly found it when I was browsing Mercari Japan, and I just threw it in my basket because he's such a little cutie. He's our main character of the series. And I'm not sure if this was released with a volume or what, but it is an official print, so glad I was able to get it. Okay, and then the 2 sets of prints I got, so I ordered the official anniversary prints from the event that they had in Japan. I follow the mangaka on Twitter, and so she was posting so much about the events. They had little life-size cutouts of the characters. They were selling acrylic standees, acrylic keychains. But I actually didn't know that they were selling prints until I saw Cabling Buddy did a haul video where she got these as well. So I went and scoured for them so that I could get the full set with all the characters, because there were a lot of partial listings on Mercari Japan where it would just have a few of the characters or most of the set with just a few missing. So I did have to make 2 separate orders to get all of them. But I'm so happy. They're so nice. So first here we have Tetsuki. He looks so handsome. And then Chika. And Hozuki. Takuzo. I just love these. They look so nice in their formal wear. All the boys are in suits. Kurisu. And then our 3 delinquent boys. They're all dressed up, and I love how they each have their own little color theme. Lovely. And then our 2 first-year boys. Okay, he looks so cute and little. And Momoya looks so handsome. So really excited to have these now. I absolutely will not have room to display all of these, so I'm gonna have to either just rotate which one's on display or get some kind of album to hold these, but my 2 favorite characters. I'm so glad I was able to get them. And I'm really happy with the pack that I found, because I basically found a pack that had all of them but one, and then I ordered the one separately. But a lot of the listings didn't have Chika and Tetsuki, and then any of the listings that had them separately were like 5 times the price, so I was really happy that I got this one. And lastly, another little pack of prints. And these are official prints, but they're a little smaller, and it was a release that was part of the 10th anniversary celebration for the series. But they're a little smaller. They're all individually wrapped in plastic, and I'm just going to leave them like that for now. But it's kind of bizarre. Evidently, each of these prints was only like 50 cents or something. But people could go to like a corner store, like a convenience store, and buy these packs of prints. So that's so bizarre, like imagining in America going to a convenience store that there would be manga prints for sale. But it was a time-limited release of these. They were only available for like a week or something. And so I was really happy that I was able to get a hold of these because of the specific ones I wanted. So these were the 2 that I was just desperate to have. It's Tetsuki, because he's my favorite character. And then Takinami Sensei, because he's the sensei and I love him. And the mangaka actually released this illustration on Twitter as a birthday tweet for him. And he looks so good. I'm so glad I have this now. And it's not like a personal bootleg copy of me just printing it off the internet. But so these 2, I'm just thrilled to have them. I would have been content to just get these 2 if it was the only listing I could find, but I was able to get the full set. So I don't know if they did this with the intent to let people cut them out for having a smaller display, but so in addition to these bigger ones, and these are small prints like compared to these like official release prints, these convenience store little ones also came with like an even smaller version. But it seems like it is like intended to be cut out, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's the same sizes. I don't know. But so the little 2 set of Takinami Sensei, and then Tetsuki's comes with another little, a little 2-pack. I love them. And actually, let me pull this one out just to see what the quality is like, because I was talking with a friend about it and they were thinking that it was going to be like flimsy, kind of thin paper just because they were printed at a convenience store. But it feels pretty good. It's like kind of thick, like kind of like photo paper because it's kind of glossy. I don't know. It feels good though. Compared to this one is a little flimsier. I'm so happy that I got these. Okay, so these are the 2 I wanted. Here are the little duplicates, and then the others. So one of Chika and Hozuki. They're so precious. Oh my gosh. And then the little ones. So this one's black and white, and this is like a sepia, I think, like a brown tone. These are just precious. Look how happy he is. then one little comic strip style chibi chica, just being a little sad boy, and then cheering up, and he has a little strawberry shirt on. This is so cute. But how cool that the mangaka released these as like an official print, because these are illustrations that she's been sharing on her Twitter. Look at him, he has little horns. And it looks like he's being bullied. They're throwing rocks at him. He's too cute. Sweet little baby. And then the last three, there is a duplicate. So we have Takuzo and Hiro, a duplicate, and then the last one is a little double image of them. And that's the last of them. So I'm super, super happy to have all of these now. Oh, these prints are beautiful, and these anniversary prints. But this is everything this time around from this Buyee Haul. It's only representing 4 series, but all of those green envelopes from the beginning of the haul video were just each containing little packs of prints and things. Like each of these came separately, so they each came in a giant green envelope. But really happy everything came in really good condition. The only thing is this Love of Kill magazine did have a little tear on the spine, but other than that, there weren't any dents or anything or damage anywhere. But these were all the things that I had to have that didn't quite make it into my last Buyee order. So glad I was able to get a hold of all of this. But hope you enjoyed watching as I pulled everything out, and I'll see you again in another video. Thanks for watching.